Hi, good evening, everyone. I was kind of shocked at how many people replied to my post. So, first of all, thank you for sitting there and listening to me ramble for so long. I have some notes of things that I want to touch in regards to everyone who commented on mine. Um, so, first of all, Kendall, yes, I agree that body language and tone is a huge part of communication. Every time that I hear that statistic, it just blows my mind. And it really makes me think of how I'm communicating with people. And it makes me more aware of what I'm saying and how I'm saying it and what my tone is and what my body language is every time that I'm communicating with an employee. Um, I can it all depends on like my facial expressions and my movements and everything on how I want my response to come across to employees. Beth, thank you for liking my cow picture. I am obsessed with farm animals. I am nerdy like that, but I'm also a really small town girl. My entire kitchen is actually chickens, and those are my favorite animals. And I do have a pet bunny sitting over there, and my cat is chilling beside me right here. But thanks. Um, I'm glad that you can use the body language thing with your children. Sometimes I think kids don't understand that. Um, so I'm glad that that's helpful in your personal life. Um, Again, I think that it's really hard for the supervisors who were floor employees to go into that supervisor role and struggle with that difference between, okay, now I'm your supervisor, but before I was your friend. And I still see that struggle. And Harrison, this kind of feeds into your question as well. There really is no formalized training for them. Our organization, a little background, they we originally were kind of our own thing, and then we were bought by two brothers who were investors, and they would buy all these companies and then just kind of let them sit. So like buy you, let you sit, buy you, let you sit. And then they started to go bankrupt. So then our parent company, Techni, bought us, and then my organization was one of the most successful, so they kind of let us be for a while. And now we're scrambling to kind of get caught up with the rest of the organization. And so there really, long story short, there really was no formalized training for soft skills. It's all technical skills and what they know and what machines they know and what machines they can run. Um, None of it is really how to deal with employees. So that's something that I'm actually working on now. Um, is putting together a training program for them, and it's really hard. However, I will give kudos to one of my supervisors. I sat in on her checking in on an employee. She was a new hire. She's been struggling tremendously, and the supervisor just wanted to see how she was doing, how she thought that she was doing, and then also wanted to be like, okay, so we think you're here, but we need you to be here. How can we bridge that gap? And then also similarly, where do you think you are and where do you think you need to be? She was a new hire and she was about ready to go on her own for training. I'm sorry, be done with training, and we were just trying to see if she was ready to be on her own yet. And unfortunately, the employee, after thinking about it over the weekend, decided that she can't work here anymore, and decided to quit. Honestly, probably in her best interest, because it was one of those things, either you quit now or you're fired later. Um, but I was really impressed with the way that the supervisor handled that without any formalized training. Um, so I don't know if that really answers your question, Harrison. You have my phone number, so if you need it more for your project, let me know. Um, David, I really liked your video. Your response, very thought provoking. Yeah, I do agree with the lectures. There are more than one way to do them. Um, I do like the behavioral based model, and so that way you can kind of help the employee and whoever you're training really kind of get into that and see. and just help them learn in other ways. So I thought that was really good. My favorite video, or my favorite, I'm sorry, I can't read my handwriting. My favorite training method, honestly, is probably role play. I really like how, yeah, sometimes it does feel fake sometimes, but I really think that you get a lot of information out of it, and it does kind of help you be able to pull from it later on. And I think that it has really helped my supervisors. I can tell with the supervisors that I do role play with, how far they come along the way. Um, so yeah, I really like role playing for that reason, because it kind of gives them a chance to be in a safe environment and practice. Okay, I'm going to try to say this, and then we can kind of come back with, okay, well, yeah, you said that, but it came across more this way. And then again, you kind of get into that tone thing. Um, so yeah, I think that's my favorite. Thank you guys. I really appreciate all your feedback and all your comments. So thanks.